It's been a hot minute, but it's time to do some dyeing. Fabric, of course. Hello, it's Icy. Yeah, back with a video about dyeing things. Now, a long time ago, I did some dye tests for what was going to be a secret project that completely did not eventuate because I changed directions, as you do. But we're back. We're going to do some more testing. Now, you will probably know from a previous video that I am planning to make a super cool Victorian style jacket intersecting with the Elder Scrolls Online computer game that's going to have a bunch of soutache on it. So soutache is this stuff. So basically it's very fine, well, not super fine, reasonably fine braid. So it's, ooh, help. It's basically two thin cords with a figure 8 sort of weaving around it to hold it together. The idea is you sew in the, basically in the crevice in the middle to attach it to the fabric. Now, thrifting from Reverse Garbage, I got 50 meters of vintage white soutache for, I don't remember how much, that was in a previous video. I think it was like a couple of bucks, $4, something like that. It's not, I can otherwise get it for 90 cents a meter. So yes, please. Now, burn tests tell me that this is rayon, which means I can dye it with the dye that I already own, which is great. Also from Reverse Garbage, I got this purple piping. So what I want to try and do is get this to be the same-ish color as this. So I do have some purple dye. I also know from the previous tests, if I water down the black dye that I have, it will go purple-ish too, and it will actually be a fairly similar color purple to that. So, the other thing I want to try with this is to try and do some ombre dyeing, where the color is like graduated. So what I think I want to do is like get like, I don't know, 10 meters, probably more actually, probably maybe like, I don't know, quite a lot. And then like, you know, dip it in again, further and further and further each time, so that the bottom of it is really dark and then the top, like fold it in half and do this. And then maybe I can have like a graduated sort of purple to very dark purple soutache, or maybe also like to black, maybe do that in the black. I don't know. We'll work it out. We'll do some tests. I have enough I can experiment with, which is delightful. And if it doesn't work, the worst that happens is I just dye the stuff that doesn't work black, and we go with the black soutache, which was my original plan. So that's very exciting. Now, the other thing I thought is, as I'm going to have to break open the dye, I may as well find something else, some other clothing I can dye. I want more like purple shirts. Purple is not a color you can buy right now. I've been looking in thrift shops for purple, and it struck me. Well, actually, why don't I get some white stuff, and then I can dye the white stuff purple? So we have a actually quite good quality that I already own this shirt in black. Pretty much. So 100% cotton apart from the stretch. So this should dye quite well. And also I found this. I bought this black today, literally. So the t-shirt was $4. This was $5. I mean, the thing is, while I bought this to dye, I don't think I'm going to. I think maybe I can wear white now. Not direct white, but like as a like a feature. Like I tried the white t-shirt on just on its own to check the fit, and it was like, oh no, that doesn't work. But this on the outside, I'm like. So anyway, what I'm saying is I don't think I'm dyeing this shirt. I think this is going to be as a, you know, a casual throw on. It's a little bit cool. We're going to put something cool on, especially with like floaty kind of loose pants, you know, like not culottes, palazzo pants. I'm very into the palazzo pant thing right now, and this plus that, really good. So anyway, plus if this goes grey or whatever due to washing, I'll dye it then. So we're keeping, it's fine, we're keeping this shirt. So what that means is, yeah, I have one shirt plus a bunch of string I'm going to dye. So that'll probably, so that's half a dye pack, which works very well because Mr. Icy is using the other half of the dye pack to try and anodize aluminium, as you do. So anyway, yeah, so this is the plan. We're going to try and do some stuff, see what happens. Very exciting. And let's see what we get. So I did my dyeing and mistakes were made. It's fine. So this is the shirt, and as you can see, the kind of the general purple, very nice. Actually, the color I was after, just about. However, I thought it was coming out a little bit light, and I wanted it to be darker. And so what I did was I threw into the pot some black liquid dye that I had. But what I didn't do was actually take the shirt out of the pot, put the dye in and mix it, and then put the shirt back in again. No, I just chucked it in on top, which of course had the expected effect of making this sort of patchy. So now it just looks like I've got like a purple shirt that's like stained. It's not super noticeable, but I think it's sort of showing up. You can sort of see it over here. So it looks, yeah. Anyway, it looks like my shirt is stained, which isn't the vibe I was going for. So it's not the worst. And I do have more black dye as well. So at a later stage when I need to do another black dye run, I'll just like fold this around like a square and get some like, you know, distinct patterns and then re-dye it. So then this sort of mostly purple color will stay as like a feature, and then it will sort of be purple and black in a much more kind of tie-dyed effect. And I think that would be, I think that will be fine, I think. So the soutache. So also mistakes made. So what I thought, I don't know what I was thinking. I put the shirt in first, and then got that swooshed around for probably like 5 or 10 minutes, and then I put the soutache in, and it just didn't work, which is why then I just dunked the whole thing in, because I was trying to do the ombre thing with the dipping. No, that wasn't working at all. So I chucked it in, and then it still didn't dye. It didn't take any color. So I did the test with a bit of kitchen paper to see how much dye was in the water, and it came out basically clear. And I realized at that point the shirt had absorbed all of the dye that was in the dye bath. Now, I was using the leftover dye from Mr. Icy's experiment, which was fine because that used next to nothing. In fact, this is Mr. Icy's experiment where he was trying to anodize aluminium. Oh my God, look at that thing. Look at that. That is just a hunk of aluminium. How good does that look? I'm going to be putting in orders. Yes. So anyway, at that point I went, oh, okay, well, I have another half a pack of the purple powder. So I put that in, mixed it. In fact, we took the shirt out, which we didn't do later, mixed it all around, put the shirt back in, and put the soutache in. So the soutache turned much more purple, which was good. But then I also thought it wasn't dark enough. So that was the other reason why I put some black dye in as well, for the soutache to go a bit darker. So let me show you if I can what we've got here. So it turned out pretty good. I was a little concerned about it in the hot water because it kind of went all like crinkly and it went hard. And I didn't know if the almost boiling water was actually going to cause problems. But to be honest, it's very soft and flexible. The color is good. So this is the piping that I was attempting to vaguely match it to. And it's slightly, I guess, in a more red hue than this. But in general, I think it's fine. So the tiny little bit more black probably would have done the trick. But I'm happy in general. So one thing I noticed at the open end, so I just sort of knotted it so I could see. So you can see though, probably what's going to happen is only the outer layer is dyed. So all of that, pretty much, I think if I like sort of compress this, you'll see the white undyed section underneath. Now, is that going to be a problem? Probably not. I think it'll be all right, but it is something to consider because I'm going from white to purple or perhaps black. Now, the other, so yeah, there's a couple of spots along here. I mean, there, I don't know if it's going to show up on the camera because I'm recording this at nighttime. So, because it's rainy and I haven't had any good light to record this. Yeah, so we see how we go. So there's 10 meters here of purple. Now, what's the other problem with all of this? That's right. How the hell am I planning to color match this? If 10 meters is not enough, and I suspect it will not be enough, how am I going to color match this? Like, if I had left it as the plain purple, even if that color had been a bit light, at least I could have just like gotten more later. It would have been fine. But no, I decided to throw in some black. And now what am I going to do? I mean, I was, I didn't even measure how much black I put in. I just went, hunk. Anyway. Plus also no idea how much of the dye absorbed into the shirt or to this, like the purple beforehand, whatever. Anyway, so the dye experiments, good and bad, not perfect, but okay. Yeah, see, I'm stretching this out now, and I'm seeing more white sections. We'll see how we go. I have a purple fabric marker. Like, maybe I can just color in the white sections, maybe that'll do. So anyway, so yeah, the most successful thing out of the whole experiment, Mr. Icy's aluminium, which looks absolutely fantastic, and I cannot wait to put in some orders. But that's my dyeing adventures. So I probably will need to do some more at some point. I don't know when. There's lots of super helpful videos on the internet where people do these things correctly. So try not to do what I did. But thank you so much for joining me here on YouTube. Next video, I think, is going to be the soutache tests, like me actually sewing it onto fabric. How that's going to go, I have no idea. That's going to be a big job. But yes, you can find me at Threads and Mastodon mostly at the moment. I am, of course, on Instagram, but I am actually surprisingly bad at posting photos and videos, even though I like to take photos and videos. Just actually putting them onto socials, no, I'm terrible at. So anyway, but yeah, do follow me in those places as well. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Icy, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.